Hello and welcome to a very long awaited podcast episode. I don't know what number, but this is the Dexter Loves Annie podcast and my name is Kat. Annie and Annie's down here trying to sneak in next to me. There she is. Say hello. Yeah, okay, thank you, that's lovely. Yeah, Annie is trying to sneak in on the chair and I'm having to sit sideways, so apologies for that. Yeah. Your trouble. They can all see. Yeah. You gonna go back to sleep? Yeah. Okay. Good girl. So it's been a long time. There's been a lot happening. I'm going to go through some of my knitting that I've been doing. I haven't done any spinning for quite a long time now. And we're going to start with a finished object, which is this. This is not how the designer intended. So I'm not good at reading instructions. I kind of go off and do my own thing. That's absolutely fine when it works out, and I actually love this. So this is the Joelle jumper by Kelly at Row and Cades. It's got a lace detail across the arm. And this arm is supposed to be more fitted, and then it's just a straight down. Let's see if we can get more in the shot. Here we go. So it's supposed to be more fitted, and I'm an idiot, so I did it too big, but it's fine. I love it. I love it slouchy. It's actually really warm. It was done in a alpaca wool blend. It's really hot. Actually, it might have to come off in a bit. And it's a tiny bit scratchy, so I definitely have to have some sort of t-shirt on underneath, but it's great to just throw on slouchy jumper in the house. And I know you're going to want to know what yarn I used, so apologies for looking at the top of my head there. I am going to tell you because I put it down in my little knitting journal. I don't think I've shown this before. So let's go through the knitting journal and discover what the heck I did to this on the way. Here he is. This is my little knitting journal. It's a paper blanks. Oh, there she goes. Paper blanks journal, and it gets quite fat. So what I do is I rip some of the leaves out and just use it as notepad paper because I'm putting swatches and stuff in here. So I don't know if you can. So this is where we're at. This is how we do all of our patterns. So I'm going to just pull up this one, which is Joelle. So there we go. That's the yarn swatch. That's my little picture that I take of it. Now that is using it's a little printer. I was debating a couple of years ago whether to get a Polaroid camera, and I came across this. I think it's called a sprocket. It's just like it's like a Polaroid printing thing, but you print it off of your mobile, which means you get more than one chance to get a decent photo before you actually commit it to paper, which is better for me. So, and then on the next page what I've done is I have kept all the pertinent information in terms of the yarn. So this was done in drops Lima, alpaca and wool mix, and yeah, it was DK, but it was slightly thicker than DK, if I'm honest. It wasn't a standard DK. I don't think it's slightly thicker. So it's all just kind of stuck on with washi tape, and that fabric sample has just been, I just sew it in through 2 pages to keep it more solid. So I'll show you some other ones. So that last love note I did, that's it there. Just a little fabric swatch, a ball band off the yarn, and a photo of the top. And then I've done on the other side, there's a couple of swatches where I'm sort of messing around with the yarn. Didn't like either of those. That's why we ended up with that one. What else can I show you that's cute? Yeah, that's the first love note. So yeah, that's what I do. I enjoy a bit of scrapbooking. Don't have time to do scrapbooking on top of everything else I do, so this works really well for me. So on to our next finished object. It's FO, isn't it? It's finished object. So this is, I haven't put this in the little scrapbook yet, but this is called, what is it called? That's a very good question. Bandana cowl. There we go. By Pearl Soho. I'm going to put it on, but it's probably going to clash terribly with this jumper. It was a really quick make. So it comes down to a point there. Whoop. Oh dear, I'm not going to edit that out, sod it. I've been trying to weigh the bottom of the tripod down with something and I just kicked it. Oh well, don't get seasick, anyone. Okay, so yes, this is a bandana cowl. No, you start this end, so you do a bit of garter stitch with some fancy stuff, which I actually cocked up, but it looks fine. Down there, and then some short rows, and then some nice stocking stitch, and then, oh, that was warm. Bit of shaping, and then garter at the top. That was done in some Hobie yarn. Oh dear, look at the state of me now. Hobie yarn. I don't actually know why I bought it. I don't remember why I bought it. I bought far too much of this stuff because I think I only used 2 and a bit balls. 1 and a bit balls. I don't know. Loads left. It is this one. Go Handmade Vintage. Blend of wool and bamboo. I mean, it feels lovely. Bamboo is really soft. It's lovely soft yarn. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought it, but I've got a hell of a lot left. It's a DK, but it's a single, and I don't tend to like working with singles, so I don't know what the heck I'm going to use that for now. Find something. I don't know. So I haven't done a scrapbook page for that yet because that was actually quicker than I expected. So let's do some works in progress, shall we? I'm going to start with this one, which I have started, page 4. And it's the Novice Cardigan by Petite Knit. Not terribly size inclusive, but it includes me, so that's what I really looked at when I looked at the pattern. I try not to buy from people that don't include the whole range of sizes, because actually that's not fair. You can't, no, it's not fair. Saying no more on that. So this is in my lovely floral project bag from Amelia Co-Designs on Etsy. All of this stuff will be down the bottom. I will find everything and put it there eventually. So what happened was, you'll probably remember from a previous podcast, I went and picked up a couple of skeins of Malabrigo yarn from a local yarn shop that was closing down, and I decided that I wanted to do a bit of a fade, and then I decided I wanted to do this cardigan, and then I found exactly the perfect mohair to go with it, because it's a mohair blend. It's a, you know, held together fingering and mohair lace weight. And then I got halfway down the top and realised I didn't have enough of the light brown, and then I ended up having to also buy another skein of the dark brown, and then I had to order some more mohair because I ran out. and I bought an extra one just in case, and I used all that, and now I need one more ball of the mohair in order to finish the button bands, and that's it. And of course I found the mohair at Hobie, which is £6 postage each time unless you spend an absolute fortune on yarn, and I can't justify, I think it's about £60, it's ridiculous, although by now I probably have spent that much on the 2 orders. But anyway, here we go, let's see. So this isn't exactly the fade I was going for. I was hoping to sort of blend it a bit more, but I absolutely love this, and I've got plenty left of this actually. And that's how it's blended, and I love how the mohair is just kind of blended it together even more. Because this is the dark brown, you see how the mohair sort of faded it out a bit. There's the button band going in, so I think I literally need 2 or 3 more rows and then the other button band, and that's it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now what I did on this one, are you ready for this? This is going to be a surprise. I didn't read the instructions properly, so I went up 2 more sizes. I should have, and I could wrap it around me twice. There's a bit of a theme going on here, isn't there, with me not paying attention. But I don't care, because I love it and it's so warm. God, that's even warm just doing that. So the arms are right, the length is right, because it kind of looks a bit stumpy really. The arms look really short, but that is fine. It's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. It'll be fine. So eventually, when the rest of the yarn turns up, because Hobie's actually got a bit of a backlog in their posting, eventually we'll get that finished. I have got the buttons for it as well, and I also bought these from Kelly at Rower and Cade's, and they came in this really cute little bag. Let's see if we can actually get these. So these are the buttons that I've bought for it. Let's find a bit of button band. We see there. There we go. There we go. It's going to look very cute. So just throw that on the floor. It takes quite a lot of effort to get it back in the project bag now. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. So Malibu yarn. Did I actually put the bands in yet? No, they'll be hovering around the table. I'll put the details down. I think it's something like sandstone and mocha or something like that. And Malibu sock. I've got a bit of a, here's my little craft table. It's like one of those TV tables. And somewhere on there will be the ball bands, which I will then put in there eventually. And finish that off with a picture of me wearing it. I can normally do, because why not? Oh yes, and I have my little sprocket here actually. Let me show you that. So this is what I do. Little pouch that it comes in, and it is literally this. So instead of having a Polaroid where it snaps and prints and you get no chance, you know, no second chance if you go like that, which generally I am, and then the paper just lives in there like that, and it prints. Oh, it's not perfect printer, you have to lighten your photos a lot, because it's a thermal printer, but I love it and it's very handy, and thermal printers are the future. So, sock talk. I started this after I finished my last Christmas sock, which I didn't finish till about January. So we've finished one sock. Let's have a sock thingy down. Shall we do that? There we go. And he's trying to get away now because I'm making a rattling noise. There we go. That's all. That's all it is. Scaredy cat. I probably won't cut that out either. Come here. There we go. Right, let's get it on. There we go. Now I've done these a little bit longer than I normally do because I want them to sit nicely in my Doc Martens, which I've just got for work because I have to be in and out of a walk-in cold room and lifting heavy stuff. So Doc Martens are the way to go once I've broken the bloody things in. They're so uncomfortable at the moment, but it'll happen. So, you ready? After all that, and I appear to have done something very annoying there. What have I done? Right, forget the sock blocker. I don't know what I've done. There we go. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 rows. And then my usual eye partridge heel flap, gusset, rounded toe. That's the formula I prefer. I think I've just caught both sides with that. No, I haven't. I don't know what I did there. I pulled a run in it. Oh my goodness. Palaver. What an absolute palaver. Yeah, I pulled a big hole in it now. Oh no. Oh well, sort that out later. So, yeah, done one. And here we are. I was working on this morning with my cup of tea. And this yarn is a Zalba ball. All the colours. It's a Zalba ball garden party, I believe it's called. Where is it? That's the one, I think. No. There's quite a lot of ball bands in here now. Yeah, here he is. No, he isn't. Where's the other bit? Really organised podcast today, kids. Zalba ball crazy. And I think the rest of the colourway is on that bit that I've just put back in. Yeah, there he is. Garden party 732541. Beautiful. So that is the only sock. It's not the only sock that's in progress, but I'll talk about the other one in a minute. I have another work in progress. So not quite done with the cardigan now, even though it was probably one of the boringest knits I've ever had because it's just backwards and forwards. So it's knit, row, purl, row, knit, row, purl, row, yarn. I like to work in the round, but also I am not brave enough to do steeking yet, so you know, pick your poison. I'm doing another one. So World of Wool in the UK had a, oh my gosh, we're all caught up, sorry. World of Wool were having a sale on more drops yarn, and I went 2 sizes down, and I have started, here we are, started this one. So it's just DK. I'm not putting anything with it. It's not too held together. It's actually knitting up a hell of a lot quicker. And it is done in Drops Soft Tweed. The colourway is hiding. Okay, the content is wool, alpaca and viscose. 50% wool, 25 alpaca, 25 viscose. It does actually feel a lot softer than this, which is, I don't remember what blend it was. Where is the colour? Colour is 04. It did have an actual name on the website. I want to say biscuit or something. So yeah. We're starting that. It's working up fine. I did a swatch. The swatch was perfect. Oh, I'm getting pushed out of the chair by Annie. Stop it. Yeah, working up fine. And that's it, I think, for whips that I can show you. I haven't done anything on that jumper or that blanket, so there's no point showing you. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is I'm actually putting out my first pattern soon. I have sat for days and days and days working out this pattern, working out how to try and get it to work, and it's beautiful, but it's only going to come out in one size, I'm afraid. This shouldn't be too bad for socks, I hope. I'm going to show you a little bit of what it looks like. It's going to come out as a 64 stitch pattern because the pattern works over 14 stitches, and I've tried everything. I've got piles of swatches on my desk, on my little table, which is why I can't find anything else right now. But I absolutely love this pattern, and I wanted to bring it out. And I think what I'll probably do is also do a shawl in this stitch pattern, which I actually developed myself. I can't believe it. I'm quite proud of myself. Can you see? I hope you can see that. Oh my gosh, that's not. So it's hearts, heart there. So it'd be like heart and a heart, and then hearts and hearts and hearts. So I'm going to call it string of hearts because that's one of my favourite plants. I've got about 5 of them hanging around the house. And yeah, as soon as I've worked up a sock in that, I'm going to be calling for a few testers just to make sure that I've written it logically. So look out for that on my Instagram. My Instagram is Dexter Loves Annie. My Ravelry page has all of my projects in it, apart from that cowl, I think. Better get that on. That's also Dexter Loves Annie. And I think that's all I have time for today. So look forward to seeing you again on another podcast soon. Hopefully get my bum in gear quicker. Maybe even show you those socks once they're finished. But I hope you all have a good week. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.